Hi guys, my name's Yusra and thank you so much for being here because today is the day. Oh, actually no, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is launch day. My first ever shop launch day. It's finally here. I've been working on this for about 2 months now. Well, more, I've just been overthinking it for the past 2 months now, and now I've finally decided I just need to do it. The longer I wait to actually put stuff up and launch the shop, the more I'm hindering my own progress, because here's another great quote: with quantity comes quality. That's one I think people don't talk about a lot. But when it comes to improving in your craft, quality will come from quantity. Like, you need to just put stuff out there, you need to keep making, you need to keep going through more and more versions. That's how you get better. Because I always do the best I can. I just need to be okay with that and accept that that's the best I can do. Like, I shouldn't be aiming for perfection because it doesn't exist. And especially in my head, there is no end point. Things could always be better, things could always be more perfect, and in a way that is what makes me so ambitious and like always wanting to improve myself, which is good, but it has to be within reason, right? That's why tomorrow I'm doing launch day. Whatever it is, whatever I have, I'm just gonna put it out there and just start. So I've got loads of things to do. There's no way I could fit all of my to-do list in one day. So this video is gonna be a couple of days, but this is following on from my last video where I showed you guys how I illustrate my prints, how I printed them. So now I'm ready to get all the prints prepared and ready to be shipped when they get ordered. Take the best product shots that we can. I'll give you tips on how to do that. Go through my packaging. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a custom rubber stamp for your packaging. And then I'm gonna list my items on the shop and click live, and it's gonna be ready to go. Also, if you're wondering, what kind of credentials do you have, Yusra, to be giving such advice about setting up an Etsy shop? Well, it's no big deal, but I've kind of already got one sale. Because yesterday I did a test launch for my shop and my boyfriend bought a print. So actually I do have the credentials to give you tips and tricks. So, but this is why I'm really excited about the shop launch tomorrow, is because I have, you know, every now and again put up one product for sale over the past few years. But I've only ever gotten sales from friends and family. So I'm waiting for that sale from a stranger. Like, that's gonna blow my freaking mind. That like somebody I don't know resonates with my work and they want a piece. I'm so excited for that. Okay, I'm gonna try not to sound like a meteorologist while I'm doing this. Okay, it's time to prepare the prints now to be ready for order. So I've got my steel ruler, a scalpel, a cutting mat, and my prints. So I'm gonna start off with the hand rose print here. Basically, I get my prints printed on like a large A3 sheet of paper. So that means they need to be trimmed down to size so that the white border around the edges is like equal. And I also have like this thing that I've done to these designs where I've got like parts of it doing this like 3D effect where it's like popping out of the border. So you can see it here with like the petals on the rose print. Time for a little snack break. Take a look at these cornflake clusters that I made, because I'm just obsessed with cornflake clusters right now. Bro, look how big the clumps are. Okay, check out the ASMR of this crunch, okay? That is so good. Okay, I'm ready to do more prints now. So next, I'm moving on to the No One Knows Me in This Town Galaxy Cowboy print. And this has got the same thing going on with the cactuses kind of popping out of the 3D border to like extend the illustration. Then it's time to put my prints in a protective wrapping just to make sure they're super safe when they're being shipped, because, you know, can't trust these mail companies sometimes. I did have a bit of an issue with this tape though. Oh my gosh. It's not sticking at all. Oh, I've been so excited to use this roll. It's been sitting there for days. This whole thing is useless. It's so pretty as well. Alas, I had these like poly bags as a backup. I'm just conscious that it's not the most eco-friendly, so I'm gonna try and look into like a long-term alternative for these. Then I'm moving on to finally the Love You to Death heart-shaped cards. These are like all hand cut with this like scalloped shape, this kind of like frilly lace border. And because it's all handmade, they all turn out very unique. But this is my personal favorite. So these are all the pieces done. Now I'm just organizing them so that when I get an order, I can just immediately package it up and send it away to make the process really smooth and really nice. There's so much ASMR in this video. Now we're in the park. with my prints because I want to take really nice thumbnails, product shots of my prints, because I've tried already just your average white background or like a free mock-up online, and like still I think those are good. Like I'm gonna include that in my listing. You need something that like sets you apart from the rest, especially if you're selling on Etsy, which I am, and you're gonna be like amongst all of those other products and listings in the search bar. So I'm in the park because we got stuff like this. Like look at that, even just that, gorgeous, like actually gorgeous. That's kind of awkward. There was a guy trying to enjoy his lunch and there's me yammering on about my prints. So I was able to find everything I needed today for the prints, and you be the judge, okay? For the rose print, I was able to find a rose bush, and I found like a leafy background for the cowboy one. For the heart one, obviously found the flowers that you guys saw, which I think is an absolute winner. And I'm just really glad I did that, because I think it's just, I feel leveled up now. And that's a tip, a top tip, even though I've only made one sale on my Etsy. So maybe you shouldn't be listening to me, but I mean, look at the side by side. You decide. Walk with me. Time to head back to the house because I just got a notification that my packaging has arrived. So now we're gonna go through my packaging. I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Let's go. It's really hard filming in public. This is behind the scenes. I'll keep this in because I go on about autism and social anxiety, but you guys never see it. Bro, this stuff's hard. I feel like I make it look really easy. Do you think? Because obviously, like, the stuff that I post, I like edit it to look perfect. No awkward bits. I die. I need to go home. I need to lie down. I need to lie down. How cute is this mug, by the way? It is my prized possession. I hate drinking tea out of it because it's starting to crack in the middle. So I only drink water out of it now. I know it's sad. I love Crush Bandicoot. Okay, so now I've prepared all my prints. I also wanted to add in a little thank you note for each order, just to like, you know, cute customer experience, right? And originally I was designing this digitally, but it just wasn't feeling fun or like unique enough. And also I hate like wasteful design. Like I don't just want to have like a little printout that says thank you and it's just going to go in the bin anyway. So I was thinking of a double use design. So like something that has like a thank you note written on the back, but then on the other side it's like a piece of art that you can still like put on your wall. So my idea is to make a little custom stamp. This is called lino cutting. So you have a sheet of rubber like this and you draw your design on it, the design that you want to see on your stamp. You have to carve out everything else around it. Does that make sense? I'm a little nervous to do this, but I think it'll be really worth it because they come out so different and handmade, and I feel like that's everything I'm trying to go for in my shop. I want that to be reflected in everything I put out, even including the thank you note. Right, let's just get right into doing the lino cut. So I'm starting off with these A6 sheets of paper that I've cut up, and then with this lino cutting set, you get loads of different sizes of blade to like scoop out the rubber. So I'm starting off with a very precise and thin and accurate blade. It's basically the equivalent to having like a fine nib pen. So first I'm cutting up the rubber to kind of match the size of my paper roughly. I really wanted to do like a bug theme for some reason. So I've done this beetle design. I'm drawing it straight onto the rubber just so I know where to cut out. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can just see it lightly there in the light. It's a little bit hard to see, so you gotta really make sure you don't make any mistakes, because if any mistakes are made, you just can't undo it. Like, it's really satisfying, like, scooping out the rubber like this, but I was also stressed because you can't, like, glue the rubber back on. Like, you know what I mean? If you make a mistake, it's over, it's done. So it's a little bit stressed. I did make quite a few mistakes. I think you can't really tell because there's a mistake right there where my hand kind of slipped and the scalpel just kind of glided across the design. But the good thing with lino cut is, like, it looks so kind of rustic and it's different every time. Like, you can kind of get away with small mistakes. There is one major mistake I made though, which you might not be able to tell, but I actually ended up accidentally cutting off one of the legs of the beetle. But I'm like, that adds to the charm. So now it's a 3-legged thank you beetle. And now I'm switching over to a much wider and thicker blade. So as you can see, like, this is taking out chunks of the design, and it makes it really easy to kind of get all that background out of the way, because I don't want that to be part of my design. And this is what it looks like finally. Look how textured it is, and just the bit that's left is what you're going to see on the print. So I've got this just regular acrylic paint, and I have this brandishing tool, which is going to help me press down the print to get even coverage, and a sponge to get the ink onto the rubber stamp. Now, I wouldn't totally recommend using paint. I would recommend using like proper lino cutting ink, but this is what I've got for now, so this is what I'm going to use. But yeah, you put the ink on, put it down on the paper, use this brandishing tool to just make sure it's making full contact with the paper, peel it off, and there you have your design. And then the beauty of this is you can just do it again and again and again. Once you make one stamp, you can just use the same design forever to make as many prints as you want, and they all come out so unique and so different. So I think this makes the perfect thank you note for my orders. I love how these have come out. Alright, now it's time for the final part, which is making my Etsy shop live. So I haven't really had to do much to set this up design-wise. Just create a custom banner with some mock-ups of my prints. And a cute little new logo, because normally my logo has my name in it. But it's nice to have like an alternative graphic logo. I used to do graphic design, so that's how I know that. But it just adds a bit more personality, and obviously my name is right there anyway. So I don't need to put my name like twice. And in the announcements, free mini lino print with any purchase. So everyone can get one of those beetle bug prints that I just made. And then the last thing here is just putting up my products. Here's a secret little product that I am working on. But my 3 prints are up. And yeah, that's it. And now it's all live, so it's ready to go. I'm going to try not to look at the stats page and look at the visits and keep track of all that every day. I'm just going to try and make it live and ignore it now, let it do its thing. But yeah, my shop is officially launched. Hey Perry, are you proud of me? Oh wow, she is posing. Hello, so that is official. The shop has now been launched. The hardest part is now done. If you can hear in the background actually, I'm boiling water to make a celebratory drink, which is my favorite, lychee iced tea. I got the syrup, and I got these super cute lychee tea bags. Whilst I make the tea, I'm gonna talk about the tea. It is kind of like nerve-wracking to do this again for the 3rd time, because it's like, you know, what if no one buys anything, and what if it doesn't work out again? I mean, you just don't know until you try, right? Like if I don't make any sales, I still don't think that's a fail. My mindset for this time going in is like, this is gonna be a slow burn. I freaking love iced tea, but it was making me broke buying it from outside every day, so now I can make it myself. So yeah, I think big goals, realistic expectations will lead to consistency. And same with like my YouTube videos, like every comment that I get, every like that I get, every follow that I get, it means the world to me. And it's because you build your empire one brick at a time. It's my dad that always told me that, so I'm passing on his wisdom. These are not original thoughts. Bottom line, don't overthink stuff. Just write a little to-do list, get through it, and just start putting stuff out there. Start making those steps. Just close your eyes and click send, click play, click upload. Do whatever it is you have to do. Just start doing it in small steps, and that will build your confidence. Because trust me, I'm definitely one to just overthink and overthink, to put things off as long as possible. It's taken me 2 months to like put off me launching my shop, when in reality these past 3 days is all it really took. So I'm glad I pushed myself to do it, and I'm excited for what's next. But yeah, thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Also congrats, you made it to the end of the video. You are the chosen one, because I have a little sneak peek on something I'm working on. Look at this. It's a 3D Coraline themed card. I'm not quite sure what to call it, because like technically it's not a card. Oh, it still smells like a garden center or like Christmas candle, but like in a good way, in a good way.